If you'd like to sponsor Still Got Game, give us a call at 773-527-2961 or email us at podcast@tooltoplay.com. Hey now, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Still Got Game, episode 453. I'm losing my voice for some reason. The official podcast of tooltoplay.com. I am, as always, Derek D. Smooth Nolan.
I am Chris Selden, 007 Selden.
I'm James Young Dog Young.
So this is what happens when you don't shut the fuck up, boys. You lose your voice like this. Wow. I should take a break from talking sometimes. But we're back. No Tiff this week. No hit. So just three of us.
But perfect January still, baby.
No. Is it though? Yeah.
I don't
4
think we
weeks
missed
in a
a
row.
show, yeah.
4 weeks in a row, yeah. And then the next show will be February. So if we blow it, at least we did all January fine.
There we go.
And Tiff was kind of leading me to believe that she will be back to talk about Assassin's Creed next week. So, yeah,
She's probably too busy playing with her new alien bow.
No, hey, no spoilers.
Oh, sorry.
Yes.
Wow,
All right.
Selden. Okay, cancel the show.
We only have 5 stories, and you spoiled one.
I didn't say anything about it. Just said
You
what?
did.
Just said an item.
All right. Well, why don't we just move right into the show proper, and we will hop into the mailbag for feedback and questions from last week's show. And remember, if you want to leave us a voicemail, it will cut you off after a minute. Wow, my voice is so gone. Grizzled Vet comments. When the last episode started, I was confused why everyone was rushing. Then you explained you started over. It was fun to listen to the original start as well as during the original start as well as during the after show faux show.
The faux show.
The show.
The faux show.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did drop the original start of the show in the after show faux show. That is such
that was
a hard thing to say.
That was such a train wreck at the beginning of last episode.
Yep, we did make it a good 8 minutes with no audio except for me. And I dropped.
We think that was a mistake, right?
Yeah, that's how I should do every show. You guys just sitting there, you guys don't even know what it was like to listen to the actual show. Well, no, because the thing I put in was the recording of all of us from the Zoom call, but
Yeah.
I listened to the actual show clips before I deleted them from Facebook and YouTube and Twitch, and I sound like an insane person where I'm like, faux show, no, I'm just flipping out saying dumb shit all by myself. So yeah. So at least I preserved that in the after show faux show, so people know I wasn't completely nuts. But yeah, me talking to myself and no one responding is it was a weird show. So
Yeah.
but yes, thank you, Prometh92.
No. That was Grizzly Vet.
Oh, that was Grizzled Vet. Yes. No, thank you. Sorry. I'm getting ahead of myself.
Yep.
All right, Prometh92 comments. Funny show last week. Even when there isn't a lot of news and new releases are rare, I still enjoy tuning in for your comedy. Thank you all.
You're welcome.
Definitely.
I'm glad you're enjoying us being dumb. This makes it feel even better. I like it. I like it.
Yeah. It doesn't call it comedy. He thinks that we're stupid, but I'll go with this comedy thing. Like, waka waka waka. Like, I don't know. Just throw something out there. But yeah, I feel like we're more comedians than idiots or idiot savants. Well, at least most of us.
Well, we just don't take things uber soup, to the max, serious. So it helps.
Except for the outline, or if you can't control your kids and they talk in the background. But other than that, we're pretty from
That's
the hip.
over with. Okay, that's over. I'm down here all by myself. Nobody's coming down here.
Yeah. We just got to work on Selden now. Yes, yeah.
He's in the broom closet. It's okay.
The chainsaw.
The chainsaw holder. Yes. It's like that commercial. Let's hide behind the chainsaws. Yes, that's where Selden records the show. All right. Next up, the Schwartz comments. I'm a new listener to your show after it was featured on Amazon Music Podcasts. I'm glad I checked it out and plan to continue listening. Nice.
Okay, 2 things.
Awesome.
That it was featured on Amazon Music Podcast. That's awesome. That's great. You found us there. And leave a comment that you like the show. Tell your friends.
Yeah.
My question: how did we get on a music podcast? Because we're not a music podcast.
No, I think this is because I tried to find us and I didn't see us on there, but I guess this was something included with live. So Amazon Music has a podcast section.
Oh, okay.
So we're not a music podcast. It's Amazon Music Podcast, but I didn't see where we were featured at all. But I don't know. Maybe there's not a lot of people listening to gaming podcasts on Apple Music or Amazon Music, but
you would think they would because they have Twitch. But
yeah, I don't know.
And if you have one of those Alexa devices in your house, it'd be perfect to just put that on and play it on all speakers.
Yeah. We have 11 in the house, so yeah. Hear my voice booming in every room. That would be amazing.
Oh my god,
that's like real life, actually. Though that's already my life. So, yeah, I wish.
I feel sorry for Tiff already.
If you can show us like a screenshot or something, that'd be cool. If it's still there, I tried to find it after I read your post, the Schwartz, but it'd be cool to have a screenshot of us being featured. But just saying.
It might not be there anymore. It might have just been one of those random things that
showed up at that time. I know. Yeah.
You just happened to, he might have been searching for something that specifically and gaming wise or on Amazon, and it just might have showed up there as, hey, this is a future podcast. What do you think about this?
Yeah. All right. For future reference, anyone that watches the show or listens to the show, if you ever see us featured anywhere, please take a screenshot and send it off to us. Podcast@toolplay.com. It'd be super appreciated. So, all right. And last but certainly not least, Altius asks, how do you feel that having a remote GDC 2 years in a row has affected the video game industry? The presentations and collaborations at GDC have been credited with huge jumps in game design and engine architecture. Will we see a couple-year lag in major improvements? That's a question.
It has to do with the show.
Yeah.
I don't think it has to do with. I think you'll still have some improvements, but I don't think it has. I mean, don't get me wrong. His second part of it is a true statement for sure. The architecture or the presentations and collaboration at the show has really made a lot of jumps. But I think it being 2 years virtual, and then it's just the times we're in right now. Everything's going to be lagged. I mean, all the shows we watch, all the video games we watch or play, everything.
All our kids are going to be dumber.
Now, it's going to be. Thanks for that.
No problem.
They're going to be on a lag.
Yes.
I just think everything's just
it'll just be absorbed in the noise from
the console year. The console years, this is the new console year. I mean, they're looking to push games out. I mean, we're not going to see any effects of this really until
couple years
probably 2024 or 2023. Sorry, 2023 is when we'll really see the effects of like the slowness of how games are going to be coming out. So I don't know if we'll know about this for a while. Because think about this, we know how the game it takes to make a game, it takes a while. So most of the games are getting to the point where they're going to be launching this year or next year are already being made. They're about done.
Yeah, it's that.
So
it's that.
I don't think we're going to see that until what?
I was going to say it's like that. How do we take this new console and squeeze all we can out of it? And I think that's probably the thing that would be happening at GDC right now is people figuring out how to take advantage of all the, basically every new bit of power that are in these consoles. And that's why when you see like launch games on consoles, they're so different than the games 4, 5, 6 years down the road that are actually using that hardware. And maybe we are missing out on that. Like I've never done the GDC thing. Like I've done E3 plenty of times, but I do have friends that actually work for game dev studios and they go to GDC, and I hear this same stuff from them, that the things that they appreciate more than, being there are all these like private meetups and people sharing like things they've learned. And it's almost like nobody there cares about the competition because they don't believe it's a real thing. Like, just because you make a game and I make a game, they're not necessarily, it's not an either or situation. So they share information, they share what they've learned, and
Yeah, it's more of a
skyrocketing knowledge.
it's more of a networking type of meetup.
Yep.
Networking method of, like a lot of the, trade shows aren't really for the general public. They're for the networking of the people behind the scenes. And this is exactly what GDC
And that's
is probably
generally
pride
where
itself
the
on.
good
So.
stuff happens. Going to a trade show where it's very like what a lot of trade shows like SEMA. Let's take SEMA, the big car event.
Mhm.
People get more ideas because it's a closed event.
Yep.
You can't go unless you're somebody, and they get more ideas of how to build, or new techniques or new products that
Yep.
people don't normally see. I used to be part of an event that about 6 years ago that was about home electronics. So I got to see, things before anybody else did.
Yep.
People like Sony would show off certain things that would hook to your home electronics.
Mhm.
Yeah, Apple, so there was a bunch of huge, vendors there. So yeah, I think being virtual, I still think they'll have some of the collaboration, but again, I don't know if we'll see this effect until 2 more years, because most of the games that we're going to see
They're already in the
this year,
pipeline,
next
yeah.
year are already in the hopper. They're already there. They're almost done or already done. They're just waiting for their launch.
Yeah.
So I don't think we're going to see it for a couple more years, the real effect of things being more virtual.
Yeah. No, I think we'll see it, but I think you're right. It's not going to be for a few more years.
Yeah.
So
We'll definitely see it. I'm not saying we're not. There'll definitely be an impact on it. It just won't be for a few years.
Mhm.
And I think that it won't be just like games won't be not that they won't be polished. It'll just be games will be lacking.
Yep.
That's what I'm calling. They'll be really lacking story. They'll be lacking, like time. Like, we consider like what 8 to 12-hour game is usually a pretty good campaign. I don't think they'll even get to 8 hours. I think some of them will lack. They'll probably be really short campaigls.
Will lack technologically.
I think they won't be pushing the edge of these consoles either, which it'll probably be a standstill for the next couple of years of what these that might actually atone to. These consoles might be the last consoles, because think about it, it's a 7-year span. Well, 3 of those 7 years is a standstill. They're not going to want to push the boundaries for another console.
If you haven't maxed out the current one, yeah.
It might, or if they do a console, it might be even longer. But by then, I think I think the cloud gaming is going to be more of a thing than anything. You're going to have some kind of, Amazon, server service where you're playing your games off of, but it's, through Microsoft. They're play anywhere type stuff. So
it's possible. All right. Well, those are some good questions, especially since we have a short show this week. So I appreciate that question, Altius. That really brought up some good discussion. So as always, much appreciated, and also much appreciated to you guys, Grizzled Vet, and Promeath92 and the Schwartz. If any of you have awesome questions or feedback like this, give us a call, 773-527-2961, or email us at podcast@tooltoplay.com. And on that, why don't we hop on over into what we're playing? Selden, what are you playing this week?
Well, I did not play any Destiny 2 this week for you. I purposely stayed away from it for you. But I did pick up off of Game Pass. I did pick up a game that my son wanted to play with me a little bit called Donut County.
Wow, this game must have been
wrong
awesome.
with you? What is wrong
it's-
with you?
It was actually called
based
Donkey
off
Kong
of
Country.
It's based off
All
of a phone game called Holes.io that you create holes and you ate up buildings and stuff like that. They made a whole game based around this thing.
Next story.
But other than that, I also started playing on the PC. Started playing on the PC. Call of the Sea. It's point and click adventure.
Like the
So
old Indiana
it's
Jones
throw
ones.
back to the All of the Sea.
All of the sea. Man, where
Yeah,
do
it's
you
on Game
find
Pass
that?
right now.
Where's this bottom of this barrel? Are you?
Like, I know, like,
Selden? My
oh,
goodness.
It sounds
But other
terrible.
than that, I bounced back into a little bit of Grounded and then my phone games. So
Nice. I'm
What
glad we
about
didn't
you,
go into detail
Yep?
on those. So yeah, good. Go ahead.
I know nobody's interested about those other games. I still been playing Atlas. Been having
Right.
fun with it. You know, it's definitely an ARC thing. So I've just been learning the game and playing, having fun, just goofing around. I haven't been playing a huge amount. Playing some Pogo just for the heck of it during work hours, occasionally just to get out of the office.
Nice.
And Derek's gonna hate me, but I played some Destiny 2.
I saw
with
this.
my
I already
son
flipped you off on the
'cause
stream.
he challenged me. Okay, so listen to me. Like he challenged me because he thought he was the man because he's been playing it for a while. He challenged me, and he got his butt whooped. So let's just say Dad still owns the house. So I had to. He challenged me. He's like, dude, you don't want. Okay, like.
Did he throw down the Sig match? Did he throw down the Sig match challenge?
No, he didn't. Because I wouldn't want to do that to him.
Was the challenge thrown as like 1v1 me, bro?
Yeah.
Yeah.
pretty
Okay.
much.
Yeah. Nice.
He did. So So the first game he got me a little bit because I'm not used to it because I haven't played it in a while, so I was a little rusty. So we played to 10. I went 10-4. And he was using this new bow that he got. I still have the first expansion weapons, so I don't even have any good weapons. He's got all these bows and all these other weapons. And in the second round, he thought he was being all special, and he's using the new darkness stuff on me. I was like, dude, you're still getting walloped. But it was fun to play with him and goof around with him. But yeah, I played that just for a little bit. It's still, I will say, I definitely miss the whole genre and playing that type of game. I don't miss it because I can already see when getting into it. I was already like, oh my gosh, I don't miss this grind and all that crap. But I do miss this genre type of game of way I used to play in D1. I miss that. I wouldn't be a part of the show, to be honest with you, if it wasn't for that.
That's probably true. Yes.
I digress a little bit there. Yeah, I mean it is. So, but yeah, that's pretty much all I've been playing. Mostly Atlas. It was just that one night that I played the D2 with my
Slummed
kid.
in Destiny. Yeah.
He wanted to get his butt kicked.
Sometimes you gotta deliver.
You gotta stand up for what you got. Yep. So.
All right. Well, the only thing I played this week was I'm trying to finish out Astro's Playroom. Probably one of the best packing games that I can remember in years. So I obviously finished the game. I finished the big boss battle at the end, and now I'm just trying to go fill in some missing 100% of things that I didn't get during the gameplay. But this game really showcases the PlayStation 5. And I will say, I would put this controller up against my Elite controller any day. It is probably...
PlayStation's always had the better controller. Always had the better.
And I used to hate the stick positions, but now that they've stretched enough, you don't notice as much that you're using sticks at the same height. But everything from the haptic feedback to the microphone to the speaker in the controller to the triggers that push back at you when you're trying to do certain things, like it's an impressive fucking controller, and I'm a huge fan. So.
Yeah, they didn't. The new controller, I'm looking at mine now. I feel like they didn't really improve the new controller.
No,
Microsoft didn't. It feels the same. It's a little heavier than the other one. I mean, the sticks feel a little bit better, but
yeah, it's still not as heavy as the Elite. So no. So my Elite Series 2 is like, I love it, but PlayStation has stepped it up. So if there's any doubt in your mind that you guys want a PlayStation 5, you fucking do. So
yeah, I did try on Friday when Newegg had their special lottery,
the queue
method to get
queue.
PlayStation 5, and so didn't get it. I'm only looking for the digital edition if it's out there. I'm not gonna settle for a disc one because I just don't want the disc.
You want me to try to get one for yourself?
I'm gonna keep trying every now and then. What's that?
Do you want me to try to get one for you?
Me?
Yeah, I'll try.
If you can get a digital, let me know.
I had no problem the last time, because I had bought the disc one because it was the only one I could get. Yeah.
Yeah.
They've actually been popping up around here. They literally like around here. The local news has been talking about, like Meyer's been getting them, GameStop's been getting them, Best Buy's been getting them around here. Like not a
Yeah.
huge stock, but they've been coming in, just trickling in. So
Yeah, I follow the right
I mean, you'd be
socials.
surprised. I bet you there's some coming.
Yeah. And worst case scenario, I get one and you get one, and then I just sell it. So. But yeah, it's Astro's
At
Playroom.
retail value, I'm sure.
Oh, well, for you, yes. For others, no. But Astro's Playroom, like for packing games, best value for my buck ever. Like it was super fun. Not a super long campaign, but they get you to go back and try to fill in all the collectibles you're missing and everything else, and lots of nostalgia packed in. And then now I'm ready to finally do my deep. Well, I have like 4 more collectibles, and I can do my deep dive into Spider-Man Remastered and Miles Morales and all that, and then I'm gonna get lost in that. And I will say,
When's Horizons coming out?
I don't remember the release date for that, for the second
It's this
Horizon. Oh, it is that, yeah.
Yeah,
So I will say
that will be a good game. I would
so
be surprised if it's not.
so we only have one PS5. It's upstairs on the family room TV where Tiff plays.
Yeah.
I have now used both PlayStation remote on my PC with this extra PlayStation controller, and I've played on the TV down here on my old PlayStation 4 connecting to the PlayStation 5. Obviously not full 4K, but the game scaled nicely to 1080p, and for days that I just wanted to like bang around and try to get some of those collectibles I was missing, it's like being in front of your console. You don't even notice the difference.
So they're doing a good job finally with actually being able to move it to another device instead of just having it at the console.
Yeah, no, I tried the remote play back in the day, trying to play the pinball game that had all the Star Wars tables and all that stuff. And there was so much lag that like I would go to flip a bumper and the ball would already be like rolling past my flipper into the
bumper.
And I was like, no, this is unplayable. Now it's literally 0 latency. Like I did the boss battle from down here, so
well, good for PlayStation.
Yeah, so they're wrapping together. So yeah, I know I dragged on with that, but we had a short show anyway. And other than that, I did the Wizards Unite events. There was 2 of them the past week, and then I caught a Mon every day in Pokemon Go. So fuck those games. Fuck those guys. Pieces of shit.
Hey, 2 out of 3 of us played Pokemon this week. I wasn't one of them.
Well, that's ironic because you're balls deep in Niantic. So yeah,
shit games.
All right, moving on to the new releases. Only new release out this week is The Medium. This is out for the Xbox Series X and S and the PC. This is like one of those like scary games that Jan's scared of.
I am.
Yeah,
It frightens me.
I know.
I cry.
Yeah, I watched the 18-minute, the first 18-minute gameplay trailer that they put out.
Yeah.
It's not a game I'm gonna buy. I'll tell you that right now.
I don't think you have to buy it. Isn't this a first-party game?
Maybe it is, but it's not. I didn't see it on Game Pass yet, so.
Okay. Maybe it's not then.
Maybe it's not coming out till later this week.
It's today, so.
But I watched the first 18 minutes. It's like a point and click type adventure game almost, but it's just I don't know. I think the jump scare games aren't really where I'm at right now in what I want to play.
You don't want to piss your pants.
I mean, if you really want a jump scare game, you got to play the Alien game. That one's a good one.
Yeah, no. Coming day 1 to Xbox Game Pass. So yeah, it's a Game Pass game.
It's the 28th, January 28th.
Okay, so that's why I haven't seen it yet. So
yeah.
So I'm gonna check this out. I'd like to play my Xbox One X more than my PlayStation, which is all I've been playing lately. So.
All right. Well, since it's on Game Pass, maybe I will try it.
All right. Don't be scared. Jan said he'll hold your hand virtually if you need it.
Yeah. I'm here for you, buddy.
Oh, thanks.
Free is a good price, guys. Right?
It is.
It is.
So are you guys going to play
I
PC or on your Xbox?
I don't know. Like if I actually played it, I'd probably play it on my Xbox. But
That's where I would play it too, like on a couch, not in a scary spot, like in the middle of a room with other people.
with all the
Yes,
lights
yes.
on, a blanket around me, 3 other people in the room.
Not a room full of chainsaws.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, someone's gonna play
Nice
his
gentle
chainsaw closet.
music that makes me feel warm and fuzzy.
Yeah. But I'm excited to check it out. I thought it looked pretty cool during the press events. So yeah.
What's good is that we're starting to see some games that are really meant for the Xbox Series X or S coming out. So hopefully we'll see some advantages taken of the
advancements,
power.
Yeah. Well, I would feel like usually the first companies that can harness the power of these new consoles are your first party games.
First party.
So, which is why I think that I did so well with Astro's Playroom. That's like literally a Sony property, and they're like, let's fucking show everything this thing can do. And
yeah, but I mean, looking at the graphics aren't like hugely intensive though. They've had those type of graphics for a long time, but I bet the speed that the game plays is probably
Yeah, because it looks like one of those games that would be like dragging between cutscenes and moving between
But they would do
rooms.
really well on the
But now
on
hopefully
these
it's
consoles.
just real fluid and smooth. And yep. All right, boys. Well, I'm going to take my semi-lost voice and bring us on over into gaming news. I don't understand how I lost my voice or why it's squeaking like that.
Is Tiff poisoning your drink?
Maybe.
She dropping rat poison in there for you?
Could be.
You need a hot tea, buddy. I mean, at this point.
First story! I had to really try hard to get that deep, guys.
That was even worse.
Yeah.
All
right.
Might cut out and everything.
All right. Microsoft announces, then reverses Xbox Live price hike. We'll add free multiplayer for some games. So for those of you that were in a cave on Friday, Microsoft was like, let's try something to get people to move to Game Pass Ultimate. And then they were like, yeah, by the way, it's probably going to double in price. And then people were like, whoa, you can't chew your assholes. And then within like 8 to 12 hours, Phil Spencer was like, okay, we got your message. You didn't want to be paying twice as much for the same shit you're getting now. We understand that that's a problem. And then not only did they fix it and say they weren't going to do it, but then they were like, you know what? To ease things over, you no longer need an Xbox Live subscription to play like the Fortnite multiplayer because it's a free to play game. And so I feel like they threw a little extra bone to like undo their bad blood.
Yeah, I mean, I could see them raising the price, but like when I saw that they were raising the price by double, I was like, come on, guys! At this point, you're just shooting yourself in the foot. Like, you're already struggling with getting first-party games and launching games on your new console. Now you're going to shoot yourself in the foot and go, let's triple and double the price. Like, why? Like, add $10 to it.
I think that's the
slowly.
I think it was the
slowly fuck me. Don't just go balls deep.
Yeah.
I think the problem was how they presented it. Was they try to put it out like, oh, it's only $1 or $2 more a month, and then somebody did the math and figured out how much it actually was for the whole year. That it doubled, and they're like, wait a second. Then they're like, oh, they figured us out. Shucks, damn it.
I really think what they want ultimately is everyone to be on Game Pass Ultimate. That's. I don't think any of us would disagree with that. So I just think this was not the right way to do that. But I do think that the backlash did fix something that's been a problem for a long time. It was a problem with streaming services for a while where like you need an Xbox Live account to use Netflix on your or Hulu, one of the two on your console. So like if you didn't so if you didn't have
because Netflix we can sign out and not use
So if you didn't have Xbox Live, you couldn't use some of these other apps, which made no sense. And then for your free-to-play games, that company's making no money, but you're going to charge me $60 a year to play that game? That doesn't make sense either. So I feel like everybody made out. Like I know my daughter who plays a lot of Fortnite, but she's not a big gamer, never had an Xbox Live subscription, so she always signs in one of the boys and then signs herself in to piggyback off of their Xbox Live subscription. So
Yeah.
I think
I wish they
ultimately
would
this became
change-
win-win.
I wish they would change the service a little bit back to the way it was, back to the family plan that they used to have,
Yep.
because it's becoming annoying to, you know, like I love it. They have a little bit of it, but like not everybody in my household needs an Xbox Live subscription. Yeah, we have 3 gamers in my house, and they do like to play games on different TVs.
So that means you need 2
But-
subscriptions.
Yeah, which that's crap.
So we use 2
know,
subscriptions for 4 people. Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't used to be that way. I used to be able to have
The
3 or
family
4
account,
people
yeah.
under my subscription and
Yep.
not have a problem. Like it's not, and it's the thing is, okay, it's not that like it's the free to play games, the ones they have on Game Pass. Okay, like those games, I should be able to share them with my family. And if you need to do some weird verification to prove they live in my household, yeah, let's
Check the
figure
IP
that
address.
out.
It's
Like,
the same as my Xbox that
yeah,
I'm signed in
like
on. Yes,
that's yeah, like hey, sign up with your Xboxes, your IP addresses or whatever, you know, something like that.
Hmm.
But that's where they should go, going back to more, because that would bring more of people in the house than actually getting another subscription. Because like I have kids and I don't want to buy them an Xbox Live Gold membership because I want to be able to still watch what they do. So if I
Oh, well,
end up
okay.
buying them one, it's gonna be hard for me to watch.
It's actually
I
super
still can do it.
They give you
I
an
can still
app for
do
this,
it.
and you can do it via the web, and
Yeah.
you can turn off voice chat. You can turn on.
No, I
have to
get it.
approve
I
all
get it.
friends
I get
requests.
it,
Like
but
we've been
it's
doing
the
this
money.
for years.
It's the money, and like both my kids might want to play the same game together. They can't play the same together. I have to log in, and I have to play with all 3 of them. You know, all 3 of us have to play. You know, or my one son's playing something upstairs, but the other son wants to play a game on the other Xbox. He can't because I'm not around or
Do you want
whatever.
to know a new
So-
secret about the Xbox?
What?
So once these new Xboxes came out, you can go sign in on every single console in your house. You
Yeah.
don't get signed out if you sign in somewhere else. As long as you are not playing the same game that person wants to play, they can play it. It's when you try to play it too, and then it pops up a dialogue. It's like, oh, you want to try to play this in 2 places? Do you want to fuck that other guy or fuck yourself?
Yeah. No, it's more. of-
That's an improvement.
They won't. So he still won't let him play a game, even if I'm signed in. He has to play as me. It won't let him play. Period.
Well,
That's what I'm saying.
That's
the only
not right.
workaround currently is the home Xbox you set to his Xbox, and you just sign into the second Xbox as yours. Then he should be able
Yes,
to play
yeah.
whatever game
Yeah.
on that.
Yeah,
It's
with
just- it's a
my
weird way,
account,
but
not with his account.
Really,
Mm,
because my son,
I've tried it. So we have essentially 3 Xboxes now. I sold the other one. So we have 3 Xboxes. We have one on the main TV.
Where's your home?
We have one on the basement TV, and then we have one on the one right here by me.
So where's
that
your
I
home?
play on. So the home one is on the main TV.
Yep.
And then my elder son plays on that one, and then my younger son plays on the one of the downstairs occasionally, but he has to sign in and play as me. He can't play as him. Even if I'm signed in, he tries to sign in, does not let him.
there might be
That-
something weird with your settings on that account then, because
Yeah.
we have no
That
problem
works
doing
fine
that.
in our house too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, it might have some parental settings that I might need to look at. Maybe I
Yeah.
don't know.
No, that's
But
our
it
house
hasn't
works
been
fine.
working. He's not able to play it.
But
So-
I think we all agree, especially with the launch of the new console, that now we have excess amounts of consoles in our house.
yeah.
And it would be great if Microsoft at that point said, hey, you know what? We know that you had last generation Xbox. We know that you have this generation. Go ahead. Anything at that IP address, like you guys were saying, should be able to play in that household.
Yeah.
So,
If
Um,
if I
and
plug
it's
them
funny.
all in, I have 10 fucking Xboxes in this house.
yeah.
Yeah, but it's at one. They see your IP address and they're like, okay, it's fine, it's cool, it's all there. It's not like
I would even be willing to say to Microsoft, listen, I'll give you an extra $5 a month. I don't want to pay the full another subscription, but
wait,
just do it.
everybody just complained that they wouldn't pay an extra $1 a month, and you're willing to pay $5 a month?
That's
Well,
another
that's me.
$60 a year, Selden. That's another.
No, I'm just
subscription.
saying.
Just get the subscription then.
A subscription is not $5 a month.
$60. 12 times 5 equals
Well,
60. You're the guy that works in an industry where the numbers are really important. So
I'm just saying, okay, maybe $1 or $2 more a month. How about that? Just to open up to your IP address. If there's an upcharge to open up your IP address without having to buy a whole nother subscription, I think that would be an option that a lot of people would like to take advantage
yeah,
of.
like
So,
$2 a month.
I would
Boom.
let's go to. I would like to see this stat. What is the average number of Xboxes or even PlayStation?
11.
Like how many average number of Xbox or PlayStation? You do not count. You do not count, Derek. You are off the table with this one. What is the average number of Xboxes and/or PlayStations in the? I would like to see. Is it an average of 2 per household? Like I would like to see what that average would be.
My guess is it's
would be
probably
interesting.
closer to 2.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah, I have
everybody's a nut.
6. I have 6 in my house right now, Xboxes.
And I'm
so-
looking down at Selden like he's a
you have me
pussy.
beat, Selden. What the heck?
Well, because
You
I bought
have
it.
6 people in your house, Selden.
I
What the
bought
hell?
it. Well,
I don't have 11 people in mine.
Well,
Well-
we already know you're off the deep end. Okay, when it comes to buying stuff,
Ugh.
we already got that. We
Yeah.
understand. That.
Well, I had the Scorpion, the Xbox, the first Xbox that came, Xbox One
You
that
mean
came out,
Scorpio?
Scorpio.
All right.
Yeah.
Scorpion sounded
then
way
I-
more badass.
Then I
True.
got the next one that came out with the larger hard drive.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
did the same. I had both those. I just
And then
I just ordered the Scorpio.
And then I got the 2 kids, the Xbox Ones, at some point. Or then I got the
Vanilla?
Xbox Series, the Xbox One X. I got that. So one of the Xboxes went to one of the kids' room, and I bought the other one for somebody. Then I bought the Series X and the Series S this year. So that brings me up to the 6.
I don't think you said the right name for the first one because Scorpio was the second one. That was the X. You're thinking Project.
Yeah, well, there's the day one
Projects-
edition. The
Yeah.
Xbox Day One edition.
Yes.
Yeah, whatever that one
yeah,
was.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And then they had the one that was a little bit bigger with the 1 terabyte hard drive. And then they
Yep.
came out with the
S.
Scorpio edition.
No, they came
Right,
up
that
with
was-
the S first.
Yeah,
and
but
then
we
the X.
don't. Nobody had the S.
I have an
Except for
S.
you, Derek, okay?
I have an S.
Nobody bought the S, but you.
Because I needed
Either way, I have too many
I want
Xboxes.
4K
in the house,
video.
so-
Yeah.
So at this, at this point, Derek, Selden, you need to. You have okay. How many TVs do you have in your house?
Well, one of them's dedicated to just a media player on one TV now. Nobody ever plays the games on that one.
Okay, go back to my
But-
question.
I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
8.
6. I got 6 TVs, so I got one hooked up to every TV.
Okay, well, I guess
He's
you're good to
fine.
Go.
I
Never mind.
almost have that too. Almost. I do have one
I
additionally hooked up to like other shit, but yeah. And the games case. but-
I only have 3 TVs in my house.
What about
Yeah, the
if
way-
everybody wants to watch something different?
There's only 4 of us.
Yeah, so one
I don't
person
watch
gets
TV.
fucked.
Yeah, I don't watch TV, so I guess I'm the one
Ah,
getting
fucked.
poo-pooed on.
Okay, all right. I'm just gonna give you a thing, Jan. Fucking is not the same as poo-pooing.
Oh, I do.
All right,
it just
you've
for you,
got
Derek.
sexing.
You know that.
Sexing. There you go. That's your PC version of it. All right. Jan got sex.
I got snickered.
I can't even say sex. Wow. All right.
No, I can say sex.
All right. Second story.
Selden, you take the one that you spoiled earlier, and then I'll take one.
All right. Assassin's Creed Valhalla player finds ancient alien bow in a pile of rocks. This story broke the other day. And it looks like this one's coming out of some website called Rock Paper Shotgun.
They're a
But it
big
looks
game
like
site, yeah.
that there's a secret hidden alien ancient bow that's hidden in a pile of rocks that people discovered, and it flew through the internet really quick.
Surprise.
But
That it
you
flew
know,
through the internet.
yeah, I played a little bit of this. Tiff would have been perfect to talk about this game. I mean, rocks, you end up bashing rocks throughout the thing to get materials and stuff like that. But apparently this one was
How come
special.
it took him this long to find it though?
Not
Because
sure.
you're not supposed to find this one. Like, if you read through the news story, that someone just beat on some rocks for fun, and the rocks didn't even do anything. They didn't react to them beating on them, but they kept beating on them, and eventually this badass bow showed up in their inventory. And then the developer was like, why did someone do that? Like, somewhere there's a quest line that starts that no one has found yet in the game that will eventually take you to get this bow, but they did something weird and found it. It's cool.
I feel like that happens all the time. People do random stuff like that.
But
Yeah,
this
it goes
was
on
like,
and says, yeah, unfortunately,
no, go ahead.
unfortunately, finding this weapon by beating rocks appears to be a bug rather than a feature. So it wasn't really a hack or anything. It was just random stupid luck.
Like, imagine just hitting something in a game over and over and over that wasn't giving you any feedback that like you were making forward progress. Like for you Destiny hounds, you two, like imagine if you just went into somewhere and just keep hitting a wall and nothing's happening. It's like you're not doing anything. There's no like brick artifacts shooting off or anything, and you hit it 100 times and all of a sudden you get a bow. The odds of finding that are pretty slim. Because most people will stop. They should stop.
Yeah. It's almost like, yeah.
Maybe he's having a bad day. I don't know. It's
like I remember
not
back
very
in,
good. It doesn't tell you the full thing that the guy was just there and he did it and he lucked.
Even in the early Halo days, there was there was always people trying to break the maps and get out of the maps or find something to do besides just gameplay, sword lunge through things and things like that. I just don't understand why this asset was even in the game if they haven't built the quest for it.
No, the quest is there. It's just no one's found the start point for the quest. You have to do something and something and something and something to get the quest to start.
That's what's weird. So development team screwed up because like this is one of those things like even if he was banging on that spot, he still shouldn't have found it without it being activated with the quest. So
exactly,
some developer didn't make the connection there.
Yep.
So yeah,
so go get your free awesome space bow and space shoot people with your space bow.
The bow looks pretty sick though.
It does. It glows at night. It's got some light in it. Yeah, it's pretty badass. Yeah, I didn't even play the game and I want it. So in real. So all right, next story.
All right. You can now register for the free virtual GDC showcase event in March. We just talked about this earlier, thanks to Altheus. So go register.
Did either of you guys do this last year?
We know about it. No.
So I went to a couple of.
I've seen bits and pieces of the show, but I've not really watched it.
Yeah. So last year I went to, I would say 6 or 7 different things from GDC, and it didn't feel like I was there.
Yeah.
But I'm sure people get something out of this. Somebody, otherwise they wouldn't do it. Especially where they're not making money.
I used to do. Yeah, even though I'm not a PlayStation guy, I used to go with a buddy to. So when they did E3, they used to do the PlayStation event online.
Oh yeah, yep.
Or online for everybody in theaters throughout the country if you couldn't go.
Yep.
So I used to do that. So I can see this. There's some poise to this. I mean, it is kind of a reality right now that we're looking at that with a lot of
virtual everything.
I used to do that all the time, and it was. I mean, it never showed me anything that I was wowed about, but because I wasn't a PlayStation guy, but yeah, it still was cool. It was fun to go and hang out with your buddies. And so if you do this virtual, you can make this kind of like a mini, I would not say Super Bowl, but mini event. You could probably have some buddies over, have some popcorn, hang out.
You can't have buddies over.
Yeah, I know if we don't attend it, Hit will probably give us shit about not attending it. So
I'm gonna sign up for a bunch of the sessions just to see what's going on, and like I did last year. Um, I'm not expecting tons out of it, but being their second year of it, I'm expecting maybe better than last year now that they know what worked and what didn't. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
Well,
I'll
they
try
have-
to.
they're
I'll
having
try
a
to
lot-
sign up for a couple.
Looks like did they do this last year? A live Ask Me Anything session with the expert developers.
there were
They
some
did it
AMAs
last
last
year?
year, but they were like very specific. So maybe this is like a
Okay.
group AMA.
Hmm.
Yeah, I haven't looked through the schedule of stuff to sign up for yet, but I'll sign up for a bunch. But if you guys want to talk and we'll go to the same ones, let me know.
Okay.
Sounds good.
All right. Next story. Cyberpunk 2077 had the biggest digital game launch ever, despite being a steaming pile of dog shit.
Why in the hell are we still talking about this game?
Because
Seriously, why is it still?
it set
Why
a
is gaming
record.
news so crappy right now that this is in the stupidest
Oh, I know, yeah, I
why is
know.
it still here?
It set a record though. No digital game
I
has ever
did.
sold this many copies ever.
Well, because everybody was excited about this game for 3 freaking years.
I know.
And then it comes out and it was a big, of course, everybody's going to buy it because they were all excited about it. And then a big steaming pile of.
Well, you want to know
Dog
what's worse,
crap.
Jan?
Yeah.
After everybody returned this game, they still made more money than they spent on it. Fucked up.
That's
Yeah.
horrible.
Although,
Well, because a lot of people bought it for PC. A lot of people bought it
But-
for PC.
but the thing that has keeping them in
Maybe I can see
check
that.
is that now their government has some kind of oversight over them, and if they don't deliver something, they have some massive financial penalties for in the country. Like the country doesn't want to be embarrassed by some shit company making some shit and fucking people with it. So
Yeah.
that's the upside is if they don't fix this.
So if they don't fix their stuff this next time around, they're in trouble.
Yeah, exactly.
But they released a patch that has a game-breaking bug.
Yeah,
I
I
know.
saw. It fixed
I'm like,
something,
man,
and
they
it
try to
broke
do the right
through.
thing. They try to do the right thing, and they still fuck it up.
I mean, are you guys
Yep.
Q&A any of this? I mean, seriously, like I don't understand.
Like,
Like, there's a Q&A for a reason. Quality assurance
Play
is a
testing.
thing.
Where are the
Seriously.
play testers?
these guys were so good for so long with the Witcher games. Like I said, Jay and I went and saw The Witcher 3 5 E3s in a row. 5. And the game
Yeah.
changed and it changed and it changed, and then it was good and it released, and everybody fucking jizzed over it. This game, people were getting pretty jizzy, and they were like, let's let them come. Whatever. And then they put it out, and it was too early. So. And also, they just couldn't commit on next gen. They were like, let's double dip. Let's get last gen and next gen. And then we saw how well that worked for last gen people. Selden.
Yeah.
And new gen.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think that was, I think that's what attributed to the 10.2 million digital units sold is that everybody's dying for something top notch, 5-star, elite on their next console, or even their new graphics card, and it just bombed.
It was not. Nope.
Nope.
All right, last story.
I think you're the only one that can actually talk to this because I don't
All
think either Yant or myself or Blizzard guys.
All right, Blizzard is gobbling up Vicarious Visions. So, Blizzard, in order to feed the monster that is Overwatch, which is a game that we used to play and now we don't give a shit about, but they want to make big again, has acquired Vicarious Visions. These are the guys that did the awesome motherfucking redo of Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2, a game that I played the shit out of and loved. I think Selden did as well.
Yeah.
Strong opinions from Selden. Yep.
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 No, it was yeah,
He's
Tony
like
Hawk
the
Pro
guy
Skater 1 and 2.
from,
It was,
from Storage Wars. Yep. Yep.
no, it was a great game. It was a good throwback. I lost interest in it, unfortunately quicker than I really wanted to. I just other shit games I wanted to play. So
No.
Yeah. other games you
on
want
your phone that cost nothing.
If Selden's, note to self to developers, if Selden's moving on from your game too quickly, you did something wrong.
Yeah. Selden's playing games that someone made a bot farm that creates phone games that Selden starts playing. Like no human is even involved in these games. It's like
dig holes.
Penis Factory.
Holes.
Selden's like,
digs
that's
holes."
free. You might as well try it. Penis Factory, what's going on? The game was lacking in story. And then they're like, Vegeta Factory is like, this one though, this has a deeper story. I could probably put a few hours in
You
this
can
one.
dig holes in this one.
But yes, so I'm sad that Vicarious Visions got picked up, but also I'm happy for the Vicarious Visions guys because they did a super awesome job at taking on a previous property, bringing it to the next gen, and kicking it up a notch. So
I don't know. I feel like this is another one of those things that it's going to keep happening. A lot of these places or these developers are going to start getting bought up by bigger developers, and I mean we see Microsoft doing it and PlayStation started doing it. So it's Activision's turn to start purchasing some more of them to get them under their belt. So I think this is going to keep happening, especially with the state that we're in.
yeah,
I think this can be more of joining forces to develop better games. I'm hoping for
that's
all
what we
of
can
us.
hope for. All right. Well, I guess that wraps up our short gaming news this week. If you have stories you want to talk about, give us a call, 773-527-2961, or email us at podcast@toolplay.com. You can also comment in this episode's thread on the Tool to Play homepage. And sponsors, even with my raspy voice. If you were sponsoring us, I would go in a studio and do a deeper voice where I didn't have, I wasn't losing my voice, and I'd talk about your thing, and I'd say it was so good. Yeah, I have to hold my throat in to make it sound like this, but yes. Your product is good, everyone should buy it, and you should pay us. But if that's something you want, give us a call, 773-527-2961, email us at podcast@toolplay.com. We'll sell it, you pay us, boom, done. Twitter us up. You can find everything Tool Play related at twitter.com/tooltoplay, everything podcast related at twitter.com/still_got_game. Facebook the fuck out of us, facebook.com/tooltoplay. We also have a YouTube channel. That's where all of our archive video content goes. So go to youtube.com/tooltoplay, subscribe there. You get all episodes of this show. You'll get episodes of Quick Hits, of Selden's Special Cam Show, of Thick and Thin with LB and Duty, featuring i6 Hitman, Tiff's Immature Interviews. Every show or every unboxing that Tool to Play has ever done is at youtube.com/tooltoplay. So go there, do that up. Please rate and review us on iTunes. Go there, give us a 5-star review. If you have an extra 5 seconds, drop a little comment in. Yount, much better in his basement without kids in the background. Selden needs a basement without kids in the background. Whatever you want to put as a comment, just drop it in there and let us know what makes the show special for you or what you want improved. We have a Discord where we chat with people all day long, except for Yount. It's at tooltoplay.com/SGG Discord. That's tooldtoplay.com/S as in still, G as in got, G as in game Discord. Yount has told us on the show many times if you want him to interact with you, you have to add him, which is an extra step. But if you're doing that extra step, you probably really want to talk to Yount. I'm just saying, like, people don't go that extra mile for no reason. But the rest of us are chatting there all day long. Tiff sometimes, maybe at her too. She's probably like a Yount Jr., needs an extra kick. But Hidden Selden will talk to you all day. And if you're Shadow, I'll talk to you.
I've never seen Tiff post in there.
She does.
All the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All the time.
Every day.
Non-stop. But yes, so Tiff and Yount are in the same boat. But yeah, join our Discord, toolplay.com/SGG Discord. And all right. Selden, is there anything you want to pimp this week?
No, the only thing I'm going to say is, hey, you know what? Let's get trending on Amazon podcasts. Go into Amazon. Pretty much everybody's got, the Amazon Prime, so you got access to the Amazon Music Store. Go ahead and hit that subscribe or like button, and please get us trending again on Amazon. Let's see this logo pop up some more. Other than that, you can find me on all social medias at Selden007.
Did you research this during the show? Did they actually have a button like that? Or you just
they
guessing?
have a follow button. No, they have a follow button. I looked it up.
Oh, okay.
I was looking at some of the other services. Most services don't do the rate and review anymore on podcasts out there. I think iTunes is the only one that's still hanging on to that archaic method.
So how did we get boosted on Amazon then?
I don't know. Maybe a lot of people picked us up and followed us.
Well, then do what Selden said.
Yeah. You can also follow us on Twitch.
No. Oh, yeah, I forgot to say that, didn't I? Twitch.tv/still_game. Yeah. Yant, you're up. Go.
Yep.
Pimp your shit.
Just have fun and be respectful to people. There's nothing for me other than that.
I'm always
Have fun
curious as
with
to what
your
you're going to
buddies
say,
when you
Yant.
can. And why? I just don't do media anymore. I really don't.
You
talked
used
about
to
this
do a lot
earlier.
of streaming, but
I did. There's a lot of things that happened that made me upset. So I'm a happier person doing this show and hanging out with you guys and doing other things in life.
well, we're glad you're happy, Yant.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I am not so humble. I am at twitter.com/Derek Nolan, facebook.com/Derek Nolan, twitch.tv/Derek Nolan, instagram.com/official_Derek Nolan. You can Snapchat me at snapchat.com/official_Derek Nolan. Do whatever the fuck you want. I don't care. But I want you on all my socials so that you and I can be virtual friends. It's not gonna be even friendship. Like I gotta say, I'm here, you're here, but it's gonna be like a semi-symbiotic relationship of friends. Yeah, it's cool. But follow me there and message me. We'll chat. We'll have a good time, and you can join my my inner echelon. Right, Selden?
Yeah, I'm waiting for your own personal subreddit to come up.
Yeah.
It's just so I can join it.
I should do a subreddit.
Be closer.
Yeah, subreddit. Yeah, official Derek Nolan. Yeah. All right. Look forward to my official subreddit. All right. So I guess before we wrap up tonight, I want to remind you all you could join us each and every Monday night live 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific at youtube.com/tooltoplay, facebook.com/tooltoplay, and twitch.tv/still_got_game. And on that, why don't we wrap this final flawless episode of January 2021 up? I'm Derek D. Smooth Nolan.
I am Chris Selden, 007 Selden.
And I'm James Yant Dog Yant.
We'll see you in February.